Alright, so tangent theta equals 5 over 12, and theta resides between pi and 2 pi. Alright, so here's pi, here's 2 pi, theta is between, okay, 5 over 12, well that's tangent's y over x, so that would mean we'd go up 5 and over 12, but that puts us in the first quadrant, and we're supposed to be in the third or the fourth. Okay, so our other choice would have to be that they were both negative values. So we go to the left 12 and down 5, and we find ourselves in the third quadrant, which is one that we could be in. Okay, so we have an x value of 12, and we'll use negative, and an y value of negative 5. Now we do find r by using the Pythagorean theorem. So we say negative 5 squared plus negative 12 squared equals r squared. So that's 25 plus 144 is 169. And r is 13. Okay, so putting that together, we have sine theta is y over r, so that's going to be negative 5 over 13. Cosine theta will be x over, so negative 12 over r, which is 13. We already have tangent theta, so then we go to cosecant theta, which will be negative 13 over 5. Secant theta, reciprocal of cosine, will be 13 over 12, and that will be negative. And finally, cotangent theta will be the reciprocal of tangent, so that's going to be 12 over 5. Alright, moving along. Question 27. Give the exact values of the 6 trigonometric functions of the given angle. Okay, so 3 pi over 2, that is located here on the quadrant, and we know that this would be the coordinate point on the unit circle would be 0, negative 1. So x would be 0, y would be negative 1, and r would equal 1. Okay, so putting that together, the 6 sine theta being y over r would be negative 1 over 1, which is negative 1. Cosine theta would be x over r, so 0 over 1, or 0. Tangent theta is y over x, so negative 1 over 0, which is undefined. Cosecant theta, being the reciprocal of sine, would be 1 over negative 1, or still negative 1. Secant theta, reciprocal of cosine, would be 1 over 0, which would be undefined. And cotangent theta would be the reciprocal of tangent, so that would be 0 over negative 1, which is 0. That should have been a negative 1 there, but still undefined. Okay, theta of theta equals negative 60 degrees. Alright, give the exact values. Well, negative 60 means come down this direction 60 degrees. Okay. But that means its reference angle is 60 degrees. And we know that sine of 60 degrees, the sine of 60 degrees, is equal to square root of 3 over 2, but sine is negative in this fourth quadrant, so that would be negative square root of 3 over 2. Alright, then cosine of 60 degrees is 1/2, and cosine is positive in the fourth quadrant, so it stays 1/2. Tangent of 60 degrees would be square root of 3 over 1, which is square root of 3. and tangent is negative in the fourth quadrant. Cosecant of 60 degrees would be 2 over the square root of 3, which would become 2 square roots of 3 over 3, and cosecant is negative in the fourth quadrant. Secant of 60 degrees would be 2 over 1, or simply 2, and it is positive in the fourth quadrant, so it just stays 2. And cotangent of 60 degrees is, drew a blank there. Okay, 1 over the square root of 3, which would be square root of 3 over 3, and cotangent is negative in the fourth quadrant. Okay, some review. Find the intercepts. I recommend that you use your calculator for this, but if you don't want to do that, the intercepts are where x is 0 or y is 0. So you could set it up 0 equals 3x squared plus 2x minus 8 and solve for x. Or you can say f of x equals 3 times 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 8, which means f of x equals negative 8, and therefore our coordinate would be 0, negative 8. Okay, and that's your y-intercept. Alright, so to solve here, we want to try and factor. We do 3 times 8 is 24, which is 24 and 1, 12 and 2, 8 and 3, 6 and 4. We're going to subtract, and we're looking for 2, and behold, I have found it. So that'd be 3x squared plus 6x minus 4x minus 8. Factor out 3x, and I have x plus 2. Factor out 4, and I have x plus 2. That would be x plus 2 times 3x minus 4, which means x would equal negative 2, or x would equal 4/3. Okay, alright, so graph f of x equals 3 times square root of x plus 5 minus 4. Okay, if you think back, this plus 5 means we've shifted over 5, and this minus 4 is down 4. So if we go over 5 from the origin and down 4, we're going to be here. You could try substituting some points in. For instance, since we're taking the square root, I might do negative 1, because negative 1 plus 5 gives me 4, which is square root is 2. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 is 2. So the coordinate negative 1, 2 would be part of my graph. The next square, perfect square, would be 9, so 4 plus 5, so at 4 on my x-axis. 4 plus 5 is 9, square root of 9 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, minus 4 is 5. So that point's there. Okay, the next would be 16, which would be x is 11. So 11 plus 5 is 16, square root of 16 is 4, 3 times 4 is 12, 12 minus 4 is 8. Okay, I know most of you have rolled your eyes and just picked up your calculator and used that. Okay, the domain is going to be x greater than or equal to negative 5. The range is y is greater than or equal to negative 4. Alright, then, okay, so when we're graphing the inverse of a function, we know that x and y trade places. So since on 30 we have the point negative 5, negative 4, we know on our new graph that would be negative 4, negative 5. Just off my screen, really. Alright, and then the next point we had was negative 1, positive 2, so that would be positive 2, negative 1. see, what was the other point we had there? Oh yeah, 4, 5. So that's going to be 5, 4. Again, 5, 4. And then the last one was 11, 8. So we'll do 8, 11. So this would be the inverse. And we'll see that the domain now starts at -4. You can say it's from -4 to infinity. And the range begins at -5, so it is -5.